Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're an Atlanta Falcons supporter, you know the offseason always brings its share of surprises, rumors, and strategic moves. But what's flying under the radar right now could be nothing short of a game changer. Rumors are swirling that the Falcons are in serious talks to acquire Los Angeles Chargers star offensive tackle Rashawn Slater. And let me tell you, this isn't just some speculative chatter. It's a move that could redefine our offensive line for years to come and possibly set us up for a deep playoff run. Let's take a step back and analyze what this could mean. The Chargers, sitting at 8-4 and still contenders in the AFC, are facing some tough financial constraints. They're looking to free up cap space for 2026, especially with the restructured contract of Justin Herbert, who's been putting up solid numbers with a QBR of 82.1. But the Chargers are also in a tricky spot. They're capping out at $11 million for 2026, and that's tight, especially given the need to keep their roster competitive and to manage their cap for future extensions. One of the key moves they made was trading away Rashawn Slater, an all-pro left tackle, in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026. Now, that might seem drastic for a player of Slater's caliber, but it's a strategic decision. Los Angeles is clearing about $20 million in cap space to bolster other parts of their roster, particularly their pass rush and weapons around Herbert, like creating more room for players like Joey Bosa and others. The Chargers are also showing some skepticism about their ability to build a dynasty, especially with some recent struggles in pass protection, allowing an average of 21 points per game due to offensive line issues. Their odds of winning the Super Bowl have dipped to plus 800, and that's a sign they're looking to retool rather than compete short-term with a leaky line. Rashawn Slater, at just 26 years old, is a true franchise protector. His PFF grade averages an impressive 87, 4 across his career, and he's been a cornerstone of the Chargers' offensive line. In 2025, he's played 12 games, allowed just 1 sack, and ranks among the top 8 offensive tackles in the league. His pass-blocking numbers are outstanding, an 82. 3 grade versus the Chiefs, where he didn't allow a single pressure on 28 snaps, and an 89-1 run-blocking grade that highlights his versatility. His ability to create running lanes is elite, averaging 2 yards per contact and 38 pancakes, which is critical for a team that wants to run the ball effectively. His EPA per rush is plus 0.15, showing he's a big part of the Chargers' offensive success. You have to consider the injury he sustained earlier this season, a pectoral strain in Week 4 which limited his playtime. But even with that, he showed resilience and returned to dominant form, grading plus 1.5 against veteran defenders like Bosa. His physicality and technique make him comparable to some of the best in the league, players like Andrew Thomas from the Giants, who's been exceptional with an 87.5 grade in 2024. Slater's presence on the left side would be a massive upgrade for the Falcons, especially considering our issues in protection, allowing 35 sacks and giving up over 20 points per game. Now, why would the Chargers let go of such a key player? The answer lies in their cap strategy. They're freeing up space for players like Ladd, who carries an $18 million cap hit, and focusing on future draft picks, especially in the 2026 draft. Their current rebuild isn't a full rebuild but a strategic retool, aiming to stay competitive without overspending on aging veterans. They're also prioritizing their pass rush and draft capital, which makes sense given their recent struggles in pass protection, allowing 48.3% of third downs to be converted by opponents, a figure that's unacceptable for a team with playoff aspirations. Meanwhile, the Falcons are positioning themselves for a serious upgrade along the offensive line. Our current tackle situation has been a mixed bag. While we have solid players, adding someone like Slater would be a massive lift. Our offensive line has allowed 35 sacks this season, and it's been a struggle to keep Desmond Ridder upright, especially in high-pressure moments. Improving that unit would dramatically increase our chances of taking control of games, especially in the playoffs. With a more reliable line, our offense could see a boost in efficiency, projected to improve our pass protection by around 22% and increase our yards per game from 110 to 135. That's the kind of transformation that can take us from a decent team to a legitimate title contender. And let's not forget the bigger picture in the NFC South. The division has been fairly open, with the Saints, Panthers, and Buccaneers all battling it out. But if the Falcons manage to pull off a move for Slater, it could be the catalyst to push us ahead of the pack. His addition would bolster our protection, especially in play-action scenarios, which could unlock even more deep shots down the field. Kyle Pitts and Drake London would benefit immensely from the increased time and space, leading to more yards after the catch and bigger plays. And with Bijan Robinson in the backfield, who's already making defenders miss at an elite level, a stronger line means even more explosive potential. Looking at the big picture, the Falcons could be on the verge of a significant shift. The odds of winning the Super Bowl are currently at plus 15000, but with a strategic move like this, adding Slater and reinforcing our offensive line, the odds could shift favorably. It's about building a sustainable contender, not just a flash in the pan. Plus, the Falcons' recent history shows that investing in the trenches is the way to go. Remember the early 2000s, when the team had a dominant offensive line that helped propel us to the Super Bowl. That kind of success starts with protecting your quarterback and establishing the run. The idea of Slater coming to Atlanta isn't just a pipe dream. It's a real possibility that could set the stage for a new era of Falcons football, one where we fly high, dominate along the line, and make a real push for the Super Bowl. The NFC South is ripe for the taking, and with a few key moves, Atlanta could be the team that seizes the moment. We're looking at a future where Desmond Ridder has all the time he needs, where our running game is unstoppable, and where the defense benefits from an offense that's controlling the clock and keeping opponents on their heels. This potential acquisition also echoes the kind of bold moves made in the early days of the franchise, those times when Atlanta was known for its tough, physical football. The fans have been craving that identity again, and adding a player like Slater would be a statement that the Falcons are serious about reclaiming their spot at the top of the NFC. It's about building a team that's resilient, tough, and ready to compete for championships year after year. Of course, nothing is finalized yet, but the signs point to Atlanta being in a strong position to make a splash. The front office is clearly looking for ways to upgrade the roster without sacrificing future draft capital or cap flexibility. That's smart, strategic football. And if they manage to pull this off, it's going to energize the entire fan base, everyone buzzing about the possibilities for next season. The Falcons could be on the cusp of a major breakthrough, and it all starts with making smart, bold moves in the offseason. So, Falcons fans, keep your eyes peeled. We're heading into a critical time, where decisions are being made that could define our franchise's future. The potential addition of Rashawn Slater could be the move that pushes us over the edge, transforming our offensive line into one of the league's best. Imagine a line that's so dominant that defenses fear rushing the passer, and our offense becomes almost unstoppable. That's the vision, and it's within reach if the Falcons play their cards right. We've seen what a strong offensive line can do in the NFL. Teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and Chiefs have built their success around it. The Falcons are now looking to join that elite group, and a player like Slater could be the missing piece. It's about creating a team that's versatile, resilient, and ready to take on any challenge. The NFC South is there for the taking, and with this kind of upgrade, the Falcons can make a serious statement that they're back in the hunt for that Lombardi trophy. As we wait for official confirmation, one thing's clear: this is a story that could define the upcoming season. The Falcons are making moves, and the potential acquisition of Rashawn Slater is just the beginning. The future is bright, and if everything falls into place, we might just be talking about a Falcons resurgence that echoes the great teams of the past. So, stay tuned, stay passionate, and get ready for what could be an exciting ride ahead. The Falcons are ready to fly high once again, and with a little help, they might just reach new heights this coming season. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news.